Maplewood Mayor Vic DeLuca and other township officials, along with 4GO and architect David Minnow of JMF, met privately with famed architect Richard Mayer, who had offered 1 hour consult on the project design. The village green reached out to Mayer after the meeting, but a representative said Mayer was unable to comment further. So, keep the village. That's why we have all those signs popping up in the village.
Yes, they are, and they are proliferating everywhere.
Everywhere, man. Everywhere. So, I think they can... It's over. Cancel Christmas.
Now, that doesn't mean it's over.
Listen, it is.
The developers come first. Forget
because
what the people want.
The people are now aware of what's going on.
That's great that, individual people can have such a great impact.
Yeah, really and truly. A significant impact, not just a great impact.
We haven't really even talked since that board meeting, because the last time there was then we had Mike White here.
Mm-hmm.
So we haven't really had much of a discussion about anything going on around here. What else was going on? I'm looking for a really good calendar. The one, because we had a good one that said what day the coalition had their meeting. Did they have this microaggressions on race?
No. It's May the 9th. Isn't it May the 9th?
That's coming up.
It's coming up. It's sometime coming up really soon.
I'm looking for the perfect community calendar here.
But here we have another one. Male Spina. Communication in the South Orange Maplewood School District needs an overhaul.
Melissa Malaspina, the person who was going to run for the Board of Education.
And she decided against
along with Donna Smith.
The following is an opinion piece submitted by Elisa Male Spina, formerly the librarian at South Orange Middle School. Male Spina is currently the coordinating supervisor of the Education Technology for the Parsippany Troy Hill School District, and is a BAMI Award-winning librarian who specializes in telling your story.
A what winning award?
A BAMI, B-A-M-M-Y, BAMI Award-winning librarian who specializes in telling your story through 21st century technology. And we also have a story on the person that was hired by the school district with respect to the OCR report.
Right.
We're going to get to that too as well.
Yeah,
Lack of communication is a huge issue in our district. From staff and administrators not responding back to parents in a timely manner, to it taking over a month for a flyer to be approved, communication in our district needs an overhaul. I was asked to come and consult with the district on ways to use social media and other tools to help tell the district story. This is a topic that I speak about nationally. When I spoke to the board's Community Engagement and Outreach Committee in March, I outlined some of the numerous ways that we are not communicating with all of the stakeholders and showed examples of districts that are doing it well. I also offered advice and free or very low-cost tools that can help to fix some of the main issues we have as a district. And she has the presentation. So far, none of my suggestions have been implemented.
She's not the only one who makes suggestions and they haven't been implemented. So,
they're consistent in their behavior.
Yeah.
When I saw that Let's Talk program was up for a vote at the board meeting last Monday, I reached out to Joanna Wright, chair of the committee, to ask her more about this program. She told me she had no knowledge of this program and it had not been discussed in a committee meeting. You will think that if the district was planning to spend $19,000 on a communication program, they would have gone through the process of looking at all available tools and speaking with community prior to purchasing it. That seemed not be the case. What the hell is this Let's Talk?
I don't know what that program is.
Since I've never heard of Let's Talk, I reached out to my friends who have written books on effective communication in school district to see if they have heard of it. The response I got back from one of the leaders in the field was, I'm not sure why a district or school would use this when there are free tools available to do this. The point that the district spokesman made in the article about Let's Talk program sounds good and things we need to address. But know that all these things can be done for free or with a reduced amount of money if you have in place a good strategic communication plans. Here are those points the district made about the program, followed by my responses and question in bold. Well, I think we want to go over this. This is important. Provide a portal for stakeholders to use to submit a question, complaint, request, suggestion, or any comment for the administration of the board. Okay. Have we looked at using Google Forms or Google Voice or SpeakPipe.com would let you receive voicemail from your audience right from your website? Okay.
Okay, keep going. What else you got?
I just got some information there myself. Encourage input from a larger number of communities. This is talk. Let's talk. This is what Let's Talk does. Encourage input from a large number of community members, including the orphan silent majority, to help the district plan and improve. The company said that they will do this through the use of surveys. The district can do the same using Google Forms or SurveyMonkey, which they already have an account with.
Right.
Very true. You use SurveyMonkey all the time. You ever use SurveyMonkey?
No, I don't.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Most big companies use SurveyMonkey. Integrates conversation and input about district issues through a wide variety of sources, such as email, phone calls, meetings, social media, and one-to-one conversation, and helps staff address concerns at the early stages. As you can tell from the presentation I give above, I talked about ways to use social media and more to address concerns at the early stages. Provide a systematic, effective way to respond to staff, parent, and other stakeholders' contacts, ensuring that every comment goes to the appropriate staff member, and tracking all responses to each comment, including timeliness. The problem we have in our district, this is Mayor Speeder now,
I'm listening.
is not that the appropriate staff members don't get the comments from stakeholders. It is that they don't address them in a timely manner. That will not change without a culture shift in our district, a shift that holds staff and administrative more accountable for the lack of communication. In the Danielson Framework for Teachers model, staff is evaluated on family and community engagement. I cannot say the same for the administration.
Ooh.
Last but not least, track all contacts in a way that provides summary information to help district monitor trending topics, address rumors, and identify and respond to emerging issues earlier in the process. This should already be happening. We employ a director of strategic communication that should be doing this. While the Let's Talk program looks great and may be a wise choice for some district, I do not feel that we should be spending an extra $19,000 program when we have someone in place can do the majority of the things that this program can do. With the budget as tight as it is, with teachers' position being cut, with set boarding parents begging for money for field trips, this money can be better spent elsewhere. As I have previously mentioned in my speech to the board, I have no problem coming back and speaking to them about other options. It saddens me when I see how poorly we do as a district communicating, and if my knowledge and expertise can help to fix the problem, then I'm more than willing to help do that. I want our district to be best it possibly can be. Can't say that the districts want the same. We deserve better than this.
So in the other article regarding communication is the consultant questions the district's commitment to improving communication. And this was also, communication has been a big topic of conversation lately with the South Orange Maplewood School District. Several of the most recently elected, you hear Anselm's phone there, several of the most recently elected Board of Education members ran on platform that emphasized improving communications in the district. And the current board has extensively discussed its keen desire to strengthen communication with parents and community members. Communication was cited by community members as a key issue in the superintendent search, with some mentoring deep concerns about the lack of communication within and from the district. The consultant hired in search said the communication was the number one issue he heard about from parents in various forums. The new superintendent, Dr. John Ramos, has mentioned strong communication as one of his main goals. The President's Council recently wrote a letter to the board lauding Ramos' emphasis on ensuring that all stakeholders are heard. However, at last week's Board of Education meeting, Thelma Ramsey, the consultant hired in February as part of the settlement agreement South Orange Maplewood School District is in with the Department of Education, Office of Civil Rights, told the board that she was very concerned by what she had seen so far. In remarks made during the public comment portion, which took forever to happen, Ramsey said that in my findings so far, one of the biggest barriers to improving all areas is effective communication and the dissemination of information. She noted that it took over a month for the administration to approve a flyer for a public forum she and the district were hosting in April. She said that if the flyer had been approved and distributed sooner, more parents would have had the opportunity to attend the forum. Titled Developing a Roadmap to Equity, Access, and Excellence, she also expressed disappointment that only 3 board members were in attendance. It gives the appearance that the district is going through the motion and is not committed to making changes, said Ramsey. The district awarded $78,500 3-year contract to Sage Educational Consultants, headed by Ramsey, in February to help the district address the underrepresentation of African American students in high-level classes identified in the OCR's complaint. Since then, Ramsey and her team have met with teachers, staff, students, and parents and are compiling and analyzing the data they collect. She will present her first official report to the board in May. Board member Elizabeth Baker of the Policy and Monitoring Committee, which is working with SAGE, shared Ramsey's concern about the lack of adequate public notice for the forum, but disputed some of her other characterizations, including the specifics behind the delay in the flyer. I want the opportunity to feel that there's going to be a dialogue with SAGE on how we can communicate better, said Baker, who attended the forum along with President Wayne Eastman and Second Vice President Johanna Wright. She said they gleaned a tremendous amount of important feedback from the event and were committed to continuing to solicit input. Also, at last Monday's board meeting, former South Orange Maple School librarian Alyssa Malaspina questioned the board's proposal to purchase the $19,000 communications software. And then it goes off to list Malaspina's discussion, which you just pretty much gave to us.
So there you have it.
What does that mean now, communication? Well, I was told in grad school that communication cannot be a problem, that there's something else, that communication is just a blanket term to mean many things, and there's a communication problem in this school system. Well, what does that mean to you?
Communication, for example, if I send a teacher an email, the teacher doesn't even respond to the email.
Because the teacher doesn't want to respond.
But that's a communication problem. If I send to you an email to get information and you don't respond to me, that's a communication problem.
It's a lack of communication.
No, that's a communication problem. That's not a lack of, that's a communication problem. Okay. And if most of the teachers are doing the same thing, you have a significant communication problem. Because you're not communicating with me. If I'm communicating with you, if I send you a text and you don't respond to me,
it's not communication. It's just I'm going to hold by
you were going to say the right thing. You were going to say
I'm going to hold by what I said.
Well, you were going to say the right thing.
Which was what?
Communication problem.
I'm going to say that it's not communication. It's something else. If I don't want to talk to you, this is not a communication problem.
You think they don't want to talk to the parents?
No, nobody wants to talk to parents.
I don't think so.
I mean, I hate to keep it real, but it's true. Nobody wants to talk to parents.
I don't think so.
I mean, and this is why that was in the Danielson framework, and this is why I have to stay Thursday night for a family night at my school, because there's this desire to engage the parents in the school, which does not always work.
No.
So I don't know if it's, then that communication could be verbal. So what? I don't return a call to you. I shouldn't be saying this, but it's real. I didn't return an email message. You left a note. Someone left a note in my box saying Mrs. LeBourne called or Mr. LeBourne called.
Why are you trying to rationalize things sometimes?
I'm not trying. Listen, you are interested in critical thinking, and I'm just trying to break it
it's not
down
that difficult
to you the way it really is.
But it's not that difficult.
When parent night comes, everybody's like, I don't want to see anybody's parent. No one wants to do that.
That's maybe in your school.
Teachers are the same. You can't broad brush
all the schools
everywhere.
You painting a broad brush of all the teachers. They don't want to communicate with the parents.
I talk to your kid. Why do I need to talk to you?
No, I'm just asking you a question. Are you painting a broad brush that because it happens in your school, all public schools